Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 advent of code in C++. So today the question is, we get this array here, and then each line represents a report. So this line here would be one report. And then for each report, there's 2 checks we have to do in part 1. The first check is to make sure that either all increasing or all decreasing. And then the next is to say that between any elements that are next to each other, they're at least 1 apart and at most 3 apart. You're required to calculate the total number of safe reports, which is reports that abide by these 2 conditions. So you can see I process the input with this, I read it in, and then for each report, I use iString stream to pipe that into its own vector. So now we have each report or each line stored in this vector here. Then there was some weird stuff happening with the pop back, which added the last element twice, so I just removed it. And then I added 2 flags, since there was 2 conditions. So the first one, we just check if the report size is 1 or less. That just means that all the rules will be true, so we can add 1 to the answer. Otherwise, we first check if it's increasing or decreasing. And then if it's increasing, we check if that holds true for the whole array. And if it's decreasing, we check if that is true for the whole array too. And then we have our second condition here, and we say for every 2 elements that are next to each other, we check if the difference is either greater than 3 or less than 1. And then finally, if both conditions are true, we add 1 to the answer. Moving on to part 2, it's the same question, except this time we're allowed to tolerate a single bad level. So what this means is we're allowed to remove 1 element from any of the arrays, and then if the rest of the report remains safe by the given rules, then that's fine, we can count it. And we want to once again calculate the total number of safe reports. So here's the code I wrote. You can see what I've done is that this main function is pretty much the same, except I have a for loop which goes through each element in the report, and we try and ignore that given element. And as long as one of them works, it's fine. So here's the checking code. You can see it does the same thing. We get the report and then we remove 1 element. So, we'll first try it by removing the first element, then we'll try removing the second element, then we'll try removing the third, and so on. Let's use this OR. So the OR makes it so that if at least one of these passes, it'll work. And if it does work, we add to the answer. And that's it. Thanks for watching.